thank you all for coming. I'd like to tell you about my awesome experience at the Price is Right show. On March 20th, 2012, on a Tuesday, my husband and I had the opportunity of going to Los Angeles, California to go on the Price is Right show. We were actually on the plane on that Monday morning on the 20th to fly out. As we arrived at Los Angeles Airport, we actually went afterwards to the rental place to actually go and get our rental vehicle. As we arrived at the rental place, we got the vehicle and we then left to go to Beverly Hills, where we were staying for the week in the Marriott. As our experience began, we actually started out that late evening after we arrived. We were so exhausted and so excited, so we decided to just get some dinner and go to bed. Well, that next morning was the day. It was the big day for the Price is Right show. As we started out that morning, we arrived in Hollywood, California. We drove to Hollywood at 9 o'clock that morning. We arrived at Hollywood. We started out in the car garage. We parked at 9 o'clock that morning, and we walked down to the CBS studios. We actually had to start out by lining up because there was a line of people that was actually there to be on the Price is Right as well. There were two types of tickets. There were priority tickets and line voucher tickets. We actually had line voucher tickets, and those were the people that had to stand in line after the priority tickets went in. The seating was 300 people, so there was buses that arrived, there were people that had priority tickets that arrived. All these people went in before us. We kind of got discouraged a little bit because we were wondering, wow, I wonder if we're going to be able to get in. Well, after standing in line for 3 hours, we started out, and all of a sudden we got in right at 12 o'clock. So we had stood in line for 3 hours. After getting in at 12, we were numbers 212 and 213. These numbers were actually of the 300 that were able to be seated in the audience. So there were other people that were behind us that were able to get in as well. As we started our adventure, we went into the CBS studio outside area to where we were actually seated out there for about 30 minutes while they actually fed us lunch. And they also, remind you, there had to be 300 different people to get their name tags on. They had to be interviewing and all of this great stuff before we actually got on the air. This process actually took another 3 hours. So we were in line from 9 to 12, and from 12 to 3 o'clock we were doing interviewing processes. We were doing different things, the name tags, putting the name tags on us. And we were actually just mingling with the different people that we were going to go in and be on the show. Right about 3:45, we were all excited. We knew it was getting near the time. It was 4 o'clock and we were going to go on show and go on air. It was getting near the time. We were so excited. There was TVs outside, and we were watching different people that had already been on the show. We were so excited to just have that moment to be able to go on the show. Well, 15 minutes till time to go on, they line us all up. They say it's time to go in. So we line up, walk up the stairways, going into the studio, and wow, the doors open. There's the studio, the Price is Right studio. This studio is huge. There's the host standing on stage. There's the stage. There's the Vanna White ladies that's escorting and showing everybody the different merchandise that they have to offer. And there's people, there's music, and all of us are dancing and so excited about this moment. We were so excited, so we all went in and we sat down. And as we had a seat there, they gave us a little instructions on what else they were going to do, and the show began. So once the show began, there's a guy standing in front of us that's actually showing us when to stand up and applause, when to clap our hands, and also whenever the contestants were on stage, we were actually told when to actually shout out the numbers of how much we thought the product was. So this experience was so exciting. I mean, it was like a blink of a moment. The hour went by so quick, the fastest hour that I had ever witnessed in my life. But it was so exciting. I mean, we were just so excited and so hyped after this. And at the end of the show, one contestant that didn't get called on stage actually was able to go up. Now, this wasn't aired on the show, but this was actually during, we were still in the studio. One contestant was called up to get a door prize, and this was actually cash prize. And after this, my husband's name was called up for that one contestant. This was so exciting. This was a lifetime experience that we never done. His name was called up. He ran up on the stage, and we all were shouting and screaming and just having a good time just with each other. But when he went on stage, they asked him his name, and he told them, and he went back to the back to get more information from him. But after this is the exciting experience. We were so exhausted. We went to did the tours in Hollywood and did around the LA area, and we just enjoyed the rest of our stay in Hollywood. But this was a very exciting moment for us. This is a lifetime experience. We had never had this moment in our life. And I do believe after we got home, I know we talked about this experience 2 or 3 months, just telling different people about how we had such a good time at the Price is Right show. So I just want to tell everybody and encourage people that everyone in life should have a Price is Right moment, a lifetime experience, one like never before. Thank you again for coming, and have a great day.